Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Today I'm talking about the 4570. Now, the 4570 government has been around for well over 100 years. This old cartridge, has seen service in the US, and it's also been used to take every large North American game species you can think of. And the reason for it is, I always refer to it as like a cricket ball. It's a slower moving caliber, but it's pretty heavy and it hurts when it gets there. So my use of these in the past, and I've had a couple of 4570s now, have been obviously for large, heavy game. So this one here, the actual cartridge I've got in front of me, is the 405 grain ammo from Remington. Now, I've used this on a 4570 review on a Marlin that I had, and it's just a slow moving round in general, but yeah, it certainly packs the punch. So in this series, guys, I don't sort of waffle on too much. I just talk about the pros and cons from my own experience with various different calibers. So let's jump into it for the 4570 government. Now, the pros for these are the fact that the punch behind these for such an old cartridge is just still impressive and still applicable in today's hunting world, okay? Because, the standard sort of rounds that you can get factory ammo is pretty much anything from like 250 up to about 405 grain around there. Some people load, even heavier pills. But in general, that's what you'd be looking at getting from, various gun shops. So the use here, look, you can easily take buffalo with these. They'll do the job. It's like anything. Also, sensible shot placement. You've got to have the correct shot placement regardless of caliber that you use. So, taking that into consideration, it's very effective, obviously, on pigs. A lot of people really like using the 4570 in the northern parts of Queensland where we've got some really large feral pigs. Does the job brilliantly on them, especially when you're looking at smashing through, that mud on the shoulders of pigs, that obviously dries and creates a further barrier for you to be able to shoot through. And I've seen a lot of people with lighter calibers where, they just aren't effective on pigs, especially when they're covered in that dry mud. So that would be another pro. The 4570 just has the retained energy to be able to knock down, pigs and heavy game. It's also too just fun. It's something about like just that older cartridge that just has a little bit of nostalgia about it, but it's something that is still chambered in a lot of lever action firearms to this day. So on the cons of it, guys, yes, look, there's a lot more modern cartridges that are pretty much the same bullet diameter that have a lot more energy these days. Yes, also the price of the 4570, you're looking around about that $4 a shot here in Australia, so it's certainly not cheap to run. So that would probably be the two biggest cons that I've found from owning the 4570. So guys, yes, very old cartridge. It still has a very strong following, and for good reason, because it's taken so many large, heavy, thick-skinned game over the years. It's proven itself, amongst some of those bigger cartridges.